Hello everyone and welcome back to Silverstone for the penultimate race of this season of Formula Omega.
On pole position, we have Alex, who is currently second in the championship, 19 points behind Daniel. Between the two of them, the two Pinus cars, Daniel starting fourth. If Daniel can outscore Alex, then they're very likely to win the championship here, unless they both finish well down the order. Our other driver that can still win the championship is Craig, but he's starting all the way down at 14th. 33 points behind, he needs to finish at least second with Dan having a bad race. He's got a lot of work to do.
He does. In the Constructors' Championship, Frozen Light are very close to wrapping that one up too. Think Again can theoretically do it if they win both races, with Frozen Light only scoring 2 points across them. Further back, we still have in contention Alfa Romeo, who every time they finish this season has been on the podium. We also have Polite Puffins and Pentacorn. All of these teams do need at least a podium and 20 points total in this race to stay in contention, so it's very likely Frozen Light can wrap it up here today. However, we have a very wet track and changeable amounts of rain. Let's see how we go.
Every driver starting on the extreme wet tyres here. There's a lot of standing water. I'm expecting this to be complete chaos.
4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Seems to be a good start for Dan. Past Ileana already.
Very good start from Alex as well.
Dan going for a move on L. Dan up into second by the end of turn 1.
Great start from the Frozen Light driver. Look at that's Alba, I think, on the inside.
It is. Alba started 6th. Horrible start for Connor, that's not unexpected. We've seen just how good the Frozen Light is here in the rain before, or it just is in the rain this season already. Importantly, Mia up 2.
Class of their own.
Alp going for a move on to Ileana.
Ooh.
And going for a move on Alba does get it. That's important for the constructors.
Both Alfa Romeos moving up early. Alex Woodger and the Pentacorn up 3 places. Yes. Maggie for Polite Puffins down 2.
There's a big gap from Izzy back to Lewis. That'll be disappointing, Frozen Light. Oh, Mia Hart.
Where's Greg?
Greg's down in 16.
Down in 16.
With Daisy behind him. Selma making her first appearance of the season. Yeah.
She's had a really tough time this season. I'd really like to see her get to the end.
For a move here.
He's had a bad start.
He has. So Alex leads by 2.4 through the middle sector over Dan.
Look at the gap these two have over the Pinus cars, though.
It's massive. But then Elle has a massive gap to Ileana, and Alp being overtaken by Alba as they go into the final chicane. Mia, meanwhile, moving up into 7th. Alex leads by 3 seconds at the end of lap 1.
It really looks like Ileana's holding all of these up.
Looks like you do actually have to brake for turn 1 in the wet.
There's a lot of corners that wouldn't be corners normally, but in these conditions you really have to be careful through them. And that's definitely one of them.
I wonder if Lewis might have a heavier fuel load.
It's possible. If I was starting towards the back, I would put a lot of fuel in.
Elle gets past Dan.
As Elle gets past Dan. Has Dan gone off?
Dan has gone off. Is Dan out?
That might be a technical problem.
Dan looks to be out.
Our championship leader. And that is absolutely massive for this season's championship.
It is. Alex is guaranteed to have a shot going into Spa. Dan is indeed out.
Alex would be the championship leader by 1 point if it finished
Suspension
this way.
failure.
Still 27 laps to go. That is not how I was expecting this to go.
No.
And now Alex will be thinking, does he have a shot of breaking his record for the biggest winning margin? Because he's already 11 seconds clear. Alp's gone off.
Alp has very much gone off. Alp seems to be out as well.
That's another technical problem, isn't it?
It is.
So one of the wheels is spinning and the others aren't.
That seems to be another suspension failure.
Now it's spinning the wrong way.
Well, he was trying to reverse, I think. Yeah, another suspension failure here.
Start to this race.
Alex leads by 10 seconds at the end of lap... 12 seconds at the end of lap 2.
I would expect the suspension failures to be less common in the wet, because you stay off the curbs and everything.
Maybe something suffered in practice? Or qualifying?
Possibly.
So, Alfa Romeo are eliminated from Constructors' Championships contention.
Yes. It is just Frozen Light against Pentacore and against Polite Puffins now.
Against Think Again.
Ileana is really holding.
Well, as it stands, Think Again would have a chance going into Spa. As Mia
They would. There'd be 19
overtakes
behind.
Alba. Yeah,
No?
they would.
We saw Mia's pace in
Maggie.
the wet in Sepang, of course.
Maggie is spun.
I'm expecting her to do very well here. Maggie's, yes. Lots of
How
top
did that
drivers
happen? Was
going
there
out early.
contact?
Is that...
No, it's just, I think she just
Connor?
lost it.
Oh, that's Pentacore.
Yeah, Maggie just lost it.
That's a very strange accident. It's just like the car
It's not
refused
even an
to turn as soon
accident,
as she reached
it's
the
just,
apex.
yeah. I think she slowed it down too far. But Alex... Albert gets back past Mia.
Alex looks like he has twice as much grip as anyone out there. He's pulling out 2 seconds a sector on the Pinus
He
cars.
is. So
And
Lewis
after
is
Monaco,
currently
I'm not
stuck in
making
this
any
train.
predictions about him having a light
Yeah.
fuel.
Lewis is stuck in this
Already-
train.
Already over a pit stop off
Oh.
the lead.
There's Greg. Greg goes around the outside. As Alba gets past
Great move
Ileana.
from Greg.
Alba
If
and
Greg
Ileana
knows that
battling now.
Dan's out, he knows it's his chance.
So Alba up into
Greg
fourth.
needs to get to second.
So Ileana just lost 2 positions there.
Did she make a mistake?
Possibly.
Because her pace was very slow.
Could be fuel levels. Oh, Jack G. Was there contact with Michael going into the chicane? Into the Vale chicane? No.
I think there might... Ooh, I'd like to see the onboard of that one, actually. Jack G, of course, has had a very good season up to this point. Could have got a podium at Monaco if it wasn't for a late problem.
Yes, there was.
And there was contact. And I don't think there'll be any investigation for that. Seems like the kind of thing that happens. Bit of a misjudgment on Jack G's part.
Alex is a whole straight ahead of Al.
Alex has nearly got a pit stop window on L. It's a long pit lane here. We need about 25 seconds, but they'll have that by the end of the lap at this rate.
Currently, pitting would get you out about Lawrence,
Yeah.
who's just been overtaken nicely by Alex W.
He's having a very good race. I wouldn't be surprised if he's racing L in a few laps.
Lewis has dropped behind Kevin now. Lewis must have a heavy fuel load.
The thing is, heavy fuel loads affect the car so differently in these conditions. Like sometimes you can get more traction with more fuel. Just because the car aquaplanes less.
Alex leads by 20 seconds.
I don't think it matters what fuel load
Yeah,
Alex
so-
is carrying.
It has to be light, right?
We said that in Monaco though, and he ended up one stopping.
So, Alex did a 1:44.1 that lap, or 1:44.2. L did a 1:49.3.
Was Alex 144?
Yeah.
That's 5
Izzy.
seconds slower.
Izzy was in a battle. It was. Oh, wow.
Was in the points.
Was in battling Greg for 10th.
Down to the end of the hangar straight.
Oh, and there was contact!
Oh, and that's Greg spinning off.
It is.
That's massive for the championship.
drivers. Yeah,
Can they get
That-
back on quickly?
that will all but eliminate Greg.
He needs to
Importantly,
finish second.
that puts Lewis up to 9th, which would eliminate Think Again from championship contention.
Yes. Lewis has got a Constructors' Championship to win for Frozen Light here now.
Yeah,
It's all on him. We saw what he could do in these conditions in Sepang.
need Frozen Light making
Behind
having the only 1-2 of the season of the entire series.
behind him, Kevin, looking for his first points of the season. Dancing Donkey
Yeah.
have had a very difficult time, but
Lawrence looking for a move on
it looks like they're
Ileana.
going well here today. Ileana
They
now
have to go
38
so
seconds off the
slow through
lead.
that corner.
I'd say surely she has some kind of problem, but yeah,
Going for the move
Ileana's
down the
losing
inside here.
8 seconds.
This is
allowed.
risky.
That's a risky one.
Ileana
leaves the
giving it a
space.
lot of respect, that move. Meanwhile, behind Connor.
And holding the position despite that.
Connor into
not.
Maggots. Loses the position to... Oh no, it's trying to get past Chris. Yeah, lost the position to Chris actually into Maggots.
Chris making very good progress from his 16th place starting position.
Going around the outside.
Lawrence still looking for a finish,
No.
I think, this season.
Yes. Does Lawrence have points? I don't believe he does.
I don't think so. No, he has 1 point from Monaco.
Oh! Oh my lord!
Mia!
Mia Hart is upside
Mia
down!
Hart in the Pentagon. What has happened there? That's,
Contact with Daisy?
Battling the polite puffin.
Thankfully,
That's
it's
a
not a
horrible
high-speed
accident.
accident. I don't think we're going to have to bring out
The
the red
car-
flags for it, but
The car had already slowed down before it hit the barrier, thankfully.
yeah.
We managed to get the car flipped over, but Mia Hart is out of the British Grand Prix.
And as our
And that is the end
Pentacoron out of the
Pentacoron's
championship.
chances.
So, as Ileana
And,
is just being overtaken. Wait, where's Ileana? Ileana has a problem, surely. Or made a mistake. Ileana was 5th going into
she's
turn
lost
1.
5 places there, yeah.
Oh, understeered.
Ooh.
Understeered and then just didn't have the traction.
So that moves Chris up into 5th position.
And Lewis has dropped
He's now
back
got
down
a
to
clear track in
12th?
front
What
of
happened to
him.
Lewis?
Alex Butcher
Oh,
down to
Lewis
11th
did the
as well.
same.
Was there a back contact between them?
No. But Lewis
So
did the
both of Alex Butcher has lost 6 places. Somewhere where we haven't seen. He was running up well in the points.
Oh,
in that train
yes.
behind Eliana.
On lap 5. Or lap 4, end of lap 4 actually. Oh, ran into the back.
Same thing that happened to Jack G. Well, he's back behind Eliana now. Daisy now in the points.
Well, that's important because... Oh, as Callum has spun. What on earth did he do here?
He's behind Jack G.
Going through...
Made it through the first part of the chicane.
Oh, just understeered through the second part of Vale. And then just is on the wet curbs there.
Yeah, he really needs to get off those.
Not like that.
And that is why.
Selma? Okay. Izzy? Okay, Selma and Izzy both navigate it fine. Meanwhile, Alex is almost there. This is lap 6. Alex has almost
Alex is
lapped
going to
Callum.
start lapping people very early. This is going to impede Alex's progress a lot, actually.
There is
Getting
Callum.
past all of the slower cars. Alex has got to hope that they're nice and spread out, because he doesn't want to get caught up in someone else's accident.
Speaking of
The
someone
other
else's
battle that-
accident, Lewis has gone
starting
off
to-
again. Is that Cops?
So that is a Cops. running wide.
Kept it going nicely though.
Yes, only a few seconds lost there.
Got past. Ileana's gone off.
I saw that coming, to be honest.
So
She
contact
was
with the
not
Pentacoron?
keeping that car on the
Cops?
track.
No, just runs
Just
horribly wide at
understeering.
cops. I think. Oh, I think I know what's happening here, but okay. I'll discuss my theory with you after. As Greg gets back up into 11th. So with Maggie down in 14th, it
It's looking
seems
pretty good for Frozen Light for the
that
constructors,
Think
isn't it?
Again at the moment seem to be the only team that could beat Frozen Light in the championship. Right now.
It's definitely
Alex has lapped Callum.
It's definitely looking that way, isn't
Alex has lapped Callum on lap 7.
it? Alex is either going to win this race or he's not going to finish. Those are really the only two possible results.
We said the same about Greg in Baku.
It's true. There could be a red flag, and that would
We
absolutely
possibly
change
could have had
everything.
one with the Pentacorons. Oh, as Maggie has spun
Yeah.
again. Oh, that's not fun.
Oh, the sausage curve. Those things are very
She's
solid.
really riding the sausages there.
Lucky to not get damage on the underfloor of that.
Ileana goes
She may
through.
well have it.
Selma goes through.
So the battle
Izzy
to
goes.
watch over the next few laps is going to be Elle against Mia against Alba.
How did that
Those three are
happen?
converging on each
I
other.
want to see how this happened in the first place.
Contact with
Contact
Michael.
with Michael, yes.
It's the same thing that we've been seeing all race.
Michael's been kind of unlucky.
I swear that's the second time Michael's been involved in something like
And
that.
both times he's been ahead. It may have been Jake G in the other purple car.
I think so. I think Jack G was the one that ran into Michael, if I remember correctly.
Maybe. This battle is also a thing.
Yes. Just a
7th
minute
down
off
to
the lead.
10th.
These lot are going to get lapped in just a handful of laps.
It is a 1 minute 40 lap.
Yes, and in 7 laps they've lost a minute.
They're only losing 10 seconds a lap.
Fair. They've got
Only.
another 4 laps. They've got another 4 or 5 laps before Alex comes up behind them. But this is, like, if these lot are still together when Alex gets it, it's going to cause him problems. And if I was him, I'd pit as soon as I saw them. Because that Speedy Chigs is notoriously difficult to pass.
Not if you're being let through.
It's true.
So as they
but-
go into Vale. Oh, there's contact!
Oh, and that's
Between the
dancing
Pentacorn and
donkey
Kevin.
off.
And that
That's
allows
safely.
Daisy through. Lawrence! Lawrence has spun.
Yes, he was in the points, wasn't he?
He was. He spun in the second part of Vale?
Costly mistake for Lawrence.
It's
all on
similar
his
to what
own.
we saw happen to Callum. Oh, just couldn't get it turned in. And then there's just no grip out there.
Yeah, you got.
So that puts Lewis up to 11th. At this stage, I think it's quite likely that Lewis just needs to get 9th to win the Constructors' Championship.
So let's look at the pace difference between Elle, Mia, and Alba.
Elle has actually gained time this lap.
Oh, the gap's 2.5 seconds, which I feel.
No,
is slightly
Elle
less
has
than it
gained
was.
time on Alex.
Yes, has Alex started lapping people?
Yes,
No. Okay.
last lap he did. So Mia was 2/10 faster than Elle in the first sector.
And Alba is only a second and a half behind Mia, so that's.
They've
the
both
other
gained
one to
half a
watch.
second on Elle this lap. As Connor!
So that. Oh,
Connor's
that's a technical
out!
Problem, right?
That's a rear right suspension failure to me.
Yeah. Yeah, another one.
Puncture, rear right puncture.
Oh, he was hoping for a good points result here as well. That moves Lewis back into the points places.
It does.
Needs that 9th place. And it's Greg that he needs to take it off. Greg, of course, had that spin, but he's back in the points. He's got a lot of work to do get that 2nd place that he needs.
As it stands, Alex would lead by 1 point going into Spa.
Yes. So it'll be pretty much winner takes all. Just for the
Oh, we've got our
Drivers'
first
Championship
pit.
between Dan and Alex.
Daisy is the first to pit.
Surely she's putting on another set of extremes. It doesn't look like the track's dried up at all.
Yeah. But she didn't have the
We'll
best
see.
pace, so...
Definitely a 2-stop for Daisy then.
Does put on another set of extremes, as expected. Good stop.
Quick. So a light fuel load, we think, for Daisy for the middle stint.
So if Lewis is one stopping, that is him in 9th.
Yes. And probably he'll gain quite a few more places if he's one stopping. With that kind of pace that he's got. Because he's within a pit window of a lot of the cars in front. At least up to Alex Woodger, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Greg's only 5 seconds off Kevin. So yeah, up to Chris, actually, I'd say.
Further up, that battle between Mia and Elle is now within a second.
It is, and Alba's on the back of it.
It's going to get interesting. Definitely has more grip
Not
than
running
Elle in front.
Elle pits.
Pits.
Not
Perhaps
surprising.
their tyres have gone off.
Maybe there was a
It
lockup we didn't see. It's very easy to lock up an aquaplane here, to be fair.
We've seen so many people do it already.
To be fair,
Everyone that's stayed on the track for the whole race without going off has done a seriously good job. Because these are near impossible conditions to drive in.
slow stop for Elle.
The
Could
last
be
time
a
I
longer
remember a
middle
Formula
stint.
The last time I remember a Formula Omega race this wet was back in Suzuka in season 1. And
Alex Woodger pits.
that race Mia finished on the podium as well, interestingly.
Where is Alex Woodger going to come out?
It's a good question. I think it's quite spread out towards the back, but there's a big group of cars together.
Is the question?
At the
Is
lower
the
end of the
answer
points.
behind Lewis? So Elle comes out in 4th, ahead of Chris, where we expected them to come out.
There's another set of extremes as expected.
6.5. As we have, Izzy is out.
Izzy,
That's a
there's no
shame.
problem.
Puncture. Alex has lapped Salma and is
And
pitting.
comes into the pits.
Okay,
So
we
he
thought he didn't have the most fuel. Alex Woodger comes out in a gap behind Lauren, in between Lawrence and Daisy.
So Alex will come out of the pits in the lead, unless his pit stop is an absolute disaster. And presumably he's putting on extreme wets.
Yes, you can't put anything else on.
Short fuel load, or a very quick stop,
Or both.
or both. Probably both.
I mean, like, where even... Mia is just entering the Vale Chicane now.
Coming
Again,
up to
Mia's
lap.
lapping Ileana and Callum now. As Alex has exited the pits.
This is going to be an issue for Mia.
And an opportunity for Alba.
Big opportunity for Alba.
Alba gets through! Thanks to Ileana.
Mia's exit was compromised so heavily off that chicane. Now can Alba get past these two?
Look at how... Yes. But Mia still can't.
She could. This
Look
is
at
really
how
hurting
little
Mia here.
visibility there is.
And the cameras can actually see more than the drivers can. The
Yeah.
visibility is much worse than that if you're in the car.
So after the pit stops, Alex still leads by 24 seconds. This is
Well
before
then.
Alba and Mia have pitted.
63 seconds is the relevant gap. Because that's to Elle, who has pitted.
40
oh,
seconds.
40, I mean.
Yeah,
40 seconds.
Elle
I was
hadn't
gonna- yeah, I was
crossed.
gonna
Elle
say.
hadn't completed sector 1.
Fair. Elle has caught up massively on these two due to their being held up by Ileana.
Elle should easily retain second here.
Yeah. No, that pit stop was completely
Mia
the
took
right
until
decision from Elle.
maggots to get past. Oh, it's cleared up a bit actually.
It has. It seems to have stopped raining.
We did hear that this could be a thing.
Jack G coming to the pits. Another set of
8.2.
extreme wets. Long stop.
The
You can
only
still
way
see
that
end from
Alex-
there.
It's possible. Alex, if they've done similar... Alex has to just hope that they don't make the same mistakes as in Sepang.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not raining as much, I don't think you can go to the end on a set of extremes from here.
Well, I'm certain that Alex doesn't have a to the end fuel load.
It is true. We don't know how much fuel he had to start. They could have
It's
topped him
true.
up.
It's possible. I mean, I'm pretty
Daisy
sure
and
that's what
Lawrence
happened
battling
in
for
Sepang.
10th. Ellie's only like 10 seconds behind Mia now. Chris is out! That's big!
That is really big. Chris was on for a
5th.
That team has been doing
Oh,
so
don't
well
roll
this
onto the track.
season.
Don't roll onto the track.
And
Lewis still going.
that is such a shame for Cheetah Racing. Sixth in the Constructors' Championship, with a lot of their rivals having issues. Like, this could have been a big day for them.
What was that? Engine failure. Greg, that's a long pit stop.
That's a one-stop fuel load, do you think?
It is. Got to be.
Interesting. So he's confident of
I'd
his
like to
tyre
point out-
preservation skills then.
Kevin is in 5th.
Yeah, and he had he went off the track at one point, didn't he?
He got buffed slightly in Vale, but didn't spin out.
I guess it didn't cost him the most time.
It didn't cost him time, really.
I think
Cost
Lewis
him, like,
is
a
closing
second or
that
two.
gap.
Well, Lewis also has Alex Woodger, who has pitted behind.
Yes.
Alex will not be happy about this.
Can we bring up the table for who's pitted?
Of the top 10, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, Michael is out with an engine failure. That's a shame.
Yeah, he was already a lap down there, wasn't
So, Mia, Alba, Kevin, Lewis, and Lawrence haven't pitted.
he? So Daisy's
Mia
ahead of
now
Greg,
pits.
and having pitted. That is a full position.
Greg has been off many times.
Is that a one-stop for Mia?
It's a nice stop for
Maybe.
Mia.
I don't know if that's fuel to the end. That's
I
going to
think
be
it
interesting.
is. Kevin
It's
also
a very good
pits.
stop if it is.
Does Lewis pit?
I think Lewis is going longer than that. It looks like he's going very slowly though, doesn't it?
Still ahead of Alex Woodger.
I guess he's...
So Mia comes out in 4th, as expected. Can Mia undercut Alba?
That'll be the aim.
6.3.
We'll see what that gap to L is. Because Mia was right behind L before the pit stops, but I think they've lost at least 5 seconds.
Alex Woodger still unable to get past Lewis, and they both have to stop again. It's 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. Kevin comes out in 7th. Alex Woodger going for a move? No. God, how
It's gonna have a
frustrating
good
must he
slipstream
be?
here though. Can he do it on the brakes?
Yes.
He finally gets through into 5th place.
Wow. Lewis, and he's gone immediately.
Lewis is really struggling right now. He's on very old tyres, of
Oh,
course.
this has gone half distance.
Yeah.
Well, think about
We-
it. Think about how bad the one-stoppers could be towards the end if it's like this.
I think looking at the pace that L has immediately after their stop, I think 2 stops is the strategy.
2-stop is the strategy here.
As Kevin's already caught up to Lewis.
4 seconds plus in the middle sector gained.
Lewis got a pit, I think.
Surely.
Losing too much time. Right round the outside at Stoberhouse for Kevin. Nicely done.
Lewis
And
doesn't
decided
pit.
to stay out.
Do you think
Next
they're going
car
to
behind
try
is
and
Daisy.
one-stop onto the full wets?
They might be trying to stretch it out until the track dries out enough, aren't they?
There's a slight dry line, maybe? No.
So Daisy has pitted for fresh tyres. How quickly are they going to catch Lewis?
Well, last lap, she was 6 seconds faster.
Mia past
Mia gets
Elle.
past Elle. Elle is
Elle
out!
out!
Elle's broken down.
Oh, and this was looking like the best race of the season so far.
It was. They have yet to finish a race. Genuinely yet to finish a race for Elle. One classification and that's it. 4 DNFs,
first
one
finish will not
16th
be
place
today.
classification.
The Panus team's only points finish this season has been Ileana's 6th place in the opening round in Yonga.
It is.
Since then, they've failed to score a point, despite having pole positions.
Maggie went quite late. Lewis, yeah, Lewis of course pulls out. Daisy not catching up as quickly.
Definitely doesn't see it. How many cars do we still have running in this race? Jack G and Salma, 11th and 12th, are still running, if I'm not mistaken.
15.
Ilya, 14, because Elle's out.
Oh, yeah, 14 cars.
And Jack G, after his early spin, is now back in the points.
Lewis and Daisy are 100 seconds down. And close to being lapped.
And I think Alex has backed off the pace since the early laps, to be honest. He's not pulling out at the rate he was early on.
Lewis finally pits. And gets lapped.
69 seconds is, of course, the all-time biggest ever winning margin in Formula Omega, set just last race by Alex.
So, yeah, Alex now laps Daisy and Lewis. Alex has lapped 6th place after 16 of the 28 laps.
That's absolutely incredible.
It's a slow stop for Lewis as well.
And does put on the extreme wets.
Where is
that
he
was
going
the
to
plan
come
for
out?
Frozen Light.
Lawrence is going down the pit lane.
Lewis is racing for 9th at this point, isn't he? He's just got to play it safe and secure Frozen Light the constructors.
Well,
Nothing
that's
else
where he's
matters.
come out.
Field to the end, he's just got to stay in position.
Salma pits.
Obviously, every point he can get is nice, but
Salma's first pit stop of the season.
genuinely, yeah.
Alba pits, finally. On lap
That's Alba's
16.
second.
No, it's first.
No, it's not. It's first. You're right.
Nice stop for Salma.
Nice.
We'll be happy to see that.
Let's see how quickly Alba can get this car turned around.
Mia goes through already. I'd like to
Good
point out.
stop.
Mia is already long gone.
Yeah, the undercut's so powerful here.
Well, perhaps that will benefit the one-stoppers, the late one-stoppers. Kevin is right on the back of Alex Woodger.
Kevin's got great pace right now, and he's going to
There's
run
contact.
straight to the back of Alex Woodger.
Kevin spins. Alex gets
back on
going
the track
again.
quickly, and that's already cost Kevin at least 5 or 10 seconds.
Greg got past Daisy.
Yes. Greg's got to second. What he needs is significant, though. That spin early on, that contact with Mia Hart, well, not Mia Hart, whoever it was, Izzy, was really costing.
There was a couple of incidents.
Yeah. If he'd probably lost half a minute in that, and he would have been right up there in the fight for the podium if it wasn't.
Greg is
that early
9
incident.
seconds behind Kevin.
There's a long way to go. He's still got a chance, but
I mean, Greg is
Tall
50
order.
seconds down on Mia. Mia is ahead of Alba by 15 seconds, but Mia might be two-stopping? Selma!
Salma! Is she going to keep it out the wall? Yes.
Long runoff there at Beckett. So the fresh
lost that.
tyres.
Did she hit the curb, do you think?
Yes, start of Beckett's.
Those things are so slippery when it's wet. You just have no grip at all.
Alex coming up to lap Kevin.
I think Kevin's the second fastest car on the track, so that really says a lot.
Or Alex. It's just ridiculous pace for him.
Absolutely. I've never seen anything quite like this. And I thought that at Monaco.
Getting at least half a second a sector on everyone.
And the remarkable thing is, Alex has been doing this for so long. Like, all of the other drivers from Alex's early part of his career are all, like, retired or at the back of the grid these days.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Michael
yet Alex is
like,
still putting in these performances.
Michael is the other one who's been going.
Yeah. Callum as well.
I mean, Michael and
He's...
Michael and Alex have been going for a couple of years longer than even Callum.
Yeah. See, Stevens retired.
Greg as well.
His former teammate. Yes, yes. And Greg is still performing at that kind of level. But
Well, so
Alex just needs to get better
you've got
and better
people like
with time.
Rob around. So Daisy and Callum make their second stops. Still extremes.
I don't think that.
Stop.
I think it's just too cold here for the track to dry up enough. Like, there's no evaporation.
Yeah.
It's
That
barely
puts
10
Lewis up
degrees
to
out here.
8th now. And battling Lawrence. Lewis
He's
seems
got
to
the
have
fresh
decent pace
tyres.
on the new tyres, yeah. I will say, it's a good thing that Selma wasn't following anyone.
Oh, yes, because when she came back across the track,
Yeah,
that could have gone very nasty, couldn't it?
that
I've
could have
actually
brought
seen
out a red
accidents
flag.
like that. I've seen accidents like that at that corner before, and it doesn't end well.
Yeah. It would be the only thing that would prevent Alex from taking the lead of the championship.
Other than himself or his car.
Yeah.
Still 10 laps to go. Is Alex right on the back of this group now?
Yeah, it's Alex. Alex's lap. It's Alex Woodger, and that's Ileana going 2 laps down.
She's not had a good race, has she?
No.
It was clear even from lap 1 that like Ileana had no grip out in these conditions.
Oh, Alex Woodger going back for the overtake. Oh! I thought there was going to be contact with Alex there. Kevin!
And that's Kevin going for attempt 2 against Alex. Thinks better of it this time.
Not into club. Is that club? Is club even on this layout?
I actually don't know what that corner scored. Might be club.
It's
Might be
just
village.
It's
I think the next one's village. As they go down the Wellington Straight,
They do.
Kevin's got a good exit, and
also Ileana.
he's not got the straight line speed. Alex really using
Penscorn
Ileana's
is
slipstream to stay ahead there.
Alex is in Ileana's slipstream.
I think it saved him the position there.
Daisy got past Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence is out.
Lawrence out.
Lewis was chasing
no.
Lawrence.
That's going to move Maggie into the points.
That's over at Cops. That's not a good place. We'd probably want a safety car for that if we had them.
Yeah. Mia is holding the gap to Alba, despite Alba's fresher tyres.
Yeah.
The gap
Mia
was
has a lighter
15,
fuel
it's now
load.
14.
I reckon.
It's true. I think Mia's stopping again.
Is Alex?
Alex must be stopping again. He stopped on lap 11, didn't he?
And had a 6-second stop.
Yeah.
Lewis is up to 7th with that.
Next car's Greg, but he's 17 seconds up the road.
And going about the same pace.
Yeah.
Pulling away from Jack G though. Callum will soon move up to 13th. Yeah, we have
How far back is Callum's 2 laps down, right? Or is
Yes.
he 3?
2 laps. You have to start lap 27. No, 26 to be. Yeah. You have to finish lap 26 to be classified.
Yes. That might be in question for some of these drivers. As Jack G
Notably
comes
Callum
into
and
the pits.
Ileana. Kevin
Yeah,
passed Alex
Kevin
Woodger.
does get...
How did that happen?
It's into Luffield, isn't it?
It's at the end of the Wellington Straight. It just had the drive.
Yeah, better on the brakes, faster down the straight. That dancing donkey car is just looking quicker, to be honest.
It is.
First time all season, it's looked good.
Jack has a 5.8 second stop. Can Maggie get through? Yes. Selma definitely can't. So Lewis's gap to Daisy behind is 15 seconds. And the gaffer to Greg. What's the yellow? It's still Lawrence.
What is the main battle on track right now, then? Is there one? It's
Alex.
certainly not for
Oh,
Pitts.
I was about to say Alex v Kevin. Alex Woodger v Kevin would have been the only one.
That going to drop him behind Lewis is the question.
Also, I'd like to point out that Alex Woodger did actually finish the lap ahead.
Yes. That's going to make the lap chart confusing.
Yeah, well, not that bad.
No,
it's gonna have the number 1 down the whole left side of it.
Again.
Greg gets through. Greg still has a non-zero chance here.
Yeah, like he needs a bit of luck. But Kevin isn't out of reach, I don't think. If depending on what his pace is in the closing
Well, I was
stages.
more thinking Mia. Callum's spun again. Callum really is in danger.
This is not his day. Where is he on track relative to Alex?
Well, he's Vale. Alex is at Maggots.
So if he gets overtaken by Alex again, then he's not classified, right?
Yes. Mia versus Jack G for lapping. It's been a good race for Mia.
Oh yeah. She's always been really good in the wet conditions though. Like all of her podium finishes have been in the rain.
It's a shame we lost both Dan and Alp so early.
Yeah, it would have been so interesting to see what they could have done in this race.
Especially Alp, because I think Alfa Romeo could have had a very good chance at the championship.
Yeah, and I think Dan was out Alex's only competition today.
Yes, 100%. And even then, not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, Alex was 3 seconds ahead at the end of lap 1, and then we didn't get to see what happened after that.
Could have had different fuel loads. I'd like to point out...
Greg Pitts.
Alex is currently lapping Salma for a second time. Here's Greg. If it will show me the graphic. I'll switch off Greg once he's finished his pit stop. Slow stop. Can Lewis get that? Alex has one-stopped this so far.
Yeah, I thought Alex was going to be in
the top 4 have all one-stopped. And Lewis did get past Greg. Mia pits again.
Mia pits. This isn't the biggest surprise, but it will put her behind Alba. Probably.
I mean, it will.
Yeah, the gap was about 15 seconds.
Alba's entering Vale now.
So we'll come down to can Mia overtake Alba in the closing stages?
Alex Woodger's out! That looks like a crash! Oh, just lost the back end.
Oof.
Oh, that is tragic. Pentacle do not score. Lewis goes up to 5th for Frozen Light. Mia does come out well behind Alba. Alex does pit.
Is he going to come ahead of Alba?
Yes.
I thought that might be your answer.
I'm not even going to question it. Like, Alba is going into Maggots.
Yeah.
Oh, no, going into the Wellington Straight, sorry.
Yes.
I saw a left-hander and assumed it was Maggots. No,
Albert was 81 seconds
it was the start of the
behind.
Wellington Straight. Kevin pits from 4th, as Alex does a 5.5. Alex has had 2 good pit stops as well.
This has been the closest thing I've ever seen to a flawless race since Alex's race in Monaco.
Last time, yeah.
Yes.
Kevin with 4-second stop. Where is Lewis? Not close enough. Greg, not that close to Lewis, though.
It's interesting how this season Alex's races have either been complete domination, like in Yongam and
Honestly, possibly
Monaco
would have had
and
it in
here.
Sepang as well.
Yeah. Like, I think Alex wasn't the quickest out there in Sepang, even with a sensible strategy. And Baku...
Maggie
Alex,
pits. Maggie
really
pits
the-
gets
yeah,
overtaken
chance
by
at all.
Daisy. 2 polite puffins switching there. Will that allow... Salma is in the points.
And I will point out that Salma has never scored a point in Formula Omega. This is her 11th attempt.
Is it? I thought...
Yeah.
For some reason I thought this was her his first of the season, but yeah.
Yeah.
There are only 11 cars running. And Salma is... Oh no, there are 12.
Isn't Callum still running?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yes, he's in 30. He hasn't overtaken Alex yet. Seems to have been like 2 minutes behind Alex, but that's when Alex went off. 2.5 minutes, so.
Yeah. And Alex, of course, was a further minute and a half or more behind Alex in the lead.
Yeah.
So that's a long gap.
So 12 cars still running. Salma just sitting in 10th. 52 seconds behind Maggie. And about to be lapped for a 3rd time?
Surely that's second. Alex is just.
Oh, no,
made
it was-
of
no.
course.
Well, it is lapped for a 3rd time.
Yes. This is Alex relapping Samuel.
Yeah.
So the gap from Mia to Alba, 9 seconds. That's the gap we're going to need to watch, because I am expecting Mia to have very good pace once she gets these tyres up to temperature.
Mia was 7/10 slower in the first sector.
Well,
Did Mia have to
Bit
overtake...
concerning,
I think Mia
isn't it?
had to overtake Maggie.
there. Well, she's made up for it in
Oh,
sector
Jack
2.
G!
No! It was such a...
Oh.
Well, it was a race.
That'll
with a
put
spin, but
Ileana
it's still
into
an
the
8.
points, I'd like to point out.
That's just not deserved, to be honest.
One more and Callum
If
gets
Callum,
there.
if Callum gets points this race,
Mia was like a second faster in the middle sector. And
another 9/10 in the final.
another second in the final sector.
Yeah.
This is going to be close for second.
Is that Alba the car ahead that you can see going around
Yes.
the next corner? These three, the only ones that haven't been lapped in this race.
Well, obviously Alex can't be lapped.
And I don't think they will be lapped either.
No.
About 100 seconds long the lap here. In the wet anyway.
Yeah. About 80 in the dry. 85.
85, yeah. It's only 100 seconds if you're Alex, it must be said, but
Alex's best is 103.
yeah.
Greg past
Greg
Lewis.
gets past Lewis. Is that an overtake position?
Yes.
Yes. Into Stowe. I'd like to see how he did that.
Just has more speed. Had the slipstream. Fresh tyres as
clever.
well.
Yeah, Lewis didn't defend that
Ileana
one too
pits
hard.
from 10th. Will this allow Callum through?
I don't
No.
think.
Callum isn't even past Jack yet.
Callum's like more than half a lap behind Ileana.
Ileana. It's a shame that Hisham didn't make it. It'd be interesting
It
to see what
is.
the different levels of grip could do here.
I think if Hisham had qualified for this race, he'd have had a good shot at points if he could have kept it on the track.
He would have got
I think
points.
that's true of. I think that's true of anyone that could keep it on the track here, though.
So not Mary.
No.
Callum finally gets past Jack G. Liana is in 10th. So, back to Mia. Now 5 seconds off Alba.
She's going to be there.
Alex
before the end of this
finally sets a new fastest lap after having set the previous one on lap 2.
That really does show that the track just hasn't dried up at all. You can see that it's raining again quite a lot.
We thought it would.
Yeah, I think everyone's glad that they did. No one took any risks with the full wets in the pit stops because the extreme wets are the only tyres that work on this track.
Yes.
We are now less than 4 seconds behind Alfa.
Okay, let's think about Spa for a second.
We're expecting more than likely similar conditions there, given the time of year.
But I'm thinking about the championship implications. Does Dan have to beat Alex by 2 points to win on points, or does Alex have count? Who has the count back is the question.
Well, this will be Alex's 3rd win of the season.
So Alex has the count back.
Yes.
So Dan has to outscore Alex by 2 points at Spa.
If Dan wins, they'd have the count back, but they'll also have the championship, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
So pretty much in all situations, Alex wins on cash back.
In every situation. There is no situation
Yes.
where Alex does not win on count back.
Yes. It'll pretty much
Mia
come
now
down
only
to
one and
which
a
one of the
half-
two finishes ahead of the other.
Yeah. Mia now 1.5 back.
But if neither finish, Alex will be the champion.
Yes. For the second
That is
season
a
in a row.
very, that is a very good position to be in going into the last race.
Oh yeah. As it is, Frozen Light, unless something happens to Lewis, will win the Constructors' Championship here.
It's looking that way, isn't it? So, Mia, now less than 2 seconds behind Alex.
Now less than a
Got up a lot in
second.
just the last lap. And you can see just how much more grip she has in the corners.
She does.
This is going to be a difficult defence for Alex.
Will she go for it into Cops? Go down the inside at Cops could be interesting.
Could be.
Alba just has more traction, it seems. She is going down the inside at Cops.
That's a risky one.
Makes
But
it!
Alba leaves the space and she's got
Alba
the route.
switches back for the outside of Maggots? Goes for the inside? No.
I think if Mia can pull her way through these corners, she's got the position.
She can. Oh! Who's that? It's Ileana!
And that's going to move Callum into the points.
Will it though?
That is the question.
Is Callum
Where is
close enough?
It's a good point, it's lap 27.
Yeah, but that means Alex still has to go round.
Yes.
That looks like a rear...
Suspension failure.
Yeah.
Or
I was thinking
puncture,
front
right?
left puncture, front left puncture.
I've seen a lot of those in this race.
Loose wheel. She did just pit. And here comes
Critical
Callum.
mistake for the Pinus team. He was 51 seconds behind.
Callum takes
He now moves
10th.
into the points.
Will this be Callum's first points of the season?
I believe so. I think the last time... Oh no, Callum scored a 7th place in Baku.
Okay. Oh yes, of course he did. Wasn't he last there as well?
It was 7th out of like 11 finishes.
Alright. As
But one of
Alex
them wasn't
starts the
classified.
final lap, 84 seconds in the lead. 86 seconds, sorry.
That's absolutely insane. Like, just when we think that he's set a record that he's never, well, no one can ever beat, in the very next race, he's
Beats
on
it.
to win by over 80 seconds.
Just watch him through this final lap.
I said at the time that Monaco was the best race that Alex has ever driven. I think.
No, this one.
But this one.
Especially in the wet.
Yeah.
And the wet has
He's been-
definitely helped the gap and Dan going out lap 2.
It's like Alex has been driving in a different category this
Really
this
is.
race.
Alex is now only 18 seconds back from Mia on the road.
Ever since turn 1, he has not had any competition in this race.
Yeah. It was a good start from Dan in the Frozen Light, getting those 2 positions.
Brilliant start. But
I still think Alex would have won.
I think so too.
But Dan would have only required a 5th place in the Spa to win the championship if they got held second.
And if Dan had finished this race, I'm sure they would have been in second.
Yes, same. Oh!
Alex comes into the pits! What?
What? Is there a technical failure? Brake issue!
But that's against the rules. You cut out a good portion of the track doing that. It's specifically at this track.
Alex restarts. Alex gets put down by a lap for that.
There's going to be a long
Mia's going to win.
What penalty to give Alex for that? Because
no, Alex has it's been given. Alex has been given a 1 lap penalty for coming in the final lap. Mia is going to win. And that will put Dan ahead in the championship going in to Spa.
That is the strangest thing I've ever seen. What?
Did he just not think it was the final lap? Has Mia...
possible.
Has Mia won?
Mia's a long way around the track. Like.
Oh no, wait, that's only Cops.
Got half a lap to go.
That's Cops. Kevin overtakes Alex! Where is Alex?
I think it's going to be a long time before the results of this race are finalised, because this is...
It will.
Fairly unprecedented.
Alex is out! Oh, wait, has he finished? It's considering him as finished, I think.
Does he think he's finished?
There's a chance. He's been overtaken by Greg now. Kevin's out!
From the podium! No.
So Mia's still going.
And that'll drop him down.
Mia apparently wins. With Albo in second. So Maggie seems to be 7th. I think Alex will be 6th at worst. Daisy 8th. I think Alex will be 5th in the end. These are, I must stress this,
the
unofficial results.
Yes, the timing screens are not designed for this situation.
No.
And we really don't know how they're going to decide how this race is going to look in the end. But there's no question that what Alex did was against the rules.
Yes, especially here. So
obviously he didn't gain an advantage from it though. Like, he gained a time advantage, yes. But there was no position gain from it.
We'll see what is decided. So Greg, after all of that, seems to get a podium.
1 place off what he needed. And 83 seconds.
The thing is, Kevin might be reinstated to 4th if the results are taken from there. Because I think Kevin only broke down on the extra lap.
The thing is, the lap
Lewis is going to finish 4th.
The race finished a lap later than it should have done because of that thing that happened with Alex, essentially.
I will say, one thing we do know is that Frozen Light are your Constructors' champions.
Congratulations. They have absolutely deserved it this season.
Alex, I think, is doing a cooldown lap. Alex,
I think Alex thinks he's won.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mia thinks she's won. Like, she'll see the number 1 on her dashboard, and that's all of the information she'll have until she gets back.
I mean, her engineer...
She's going to be extremely confused.
Well, these are your unofficial results. Thank you everyone very much for watching. You will see the official results after this on screen. We will see you at Spa, where we will have a championship decider. Goodbye.